Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Barbecue Trucker. Today we're going to talk about good work habits. That'll be coming up next on the Barbecue Trucker. Well, hello YouTubians. You're back with the Barbecue Trucker. Today we're going to discuss good work habits. And these are not just my opinions. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I got the idea and even stole a couple of them from Trucker Jim. Go check his channel out. Really good information on there and a good learning experience. Why does my nose itch every time I start these videos? Okay. All right. First of all, going to start off with God bless America. And so anyway, let's get started. Once again, I want to give a big shout out to Trucker Jim and thank you for a couple of the ideas on this. And the rest of them are kind of my own. I've learned these habits from working many years in the trucking industry and also other industries. Run down real quick. When I got out of high school, I went to the oil field. Started out with Halliburton, and now they won't talk about the way they train drivers today. Here's how I was trained to drive a truck. They took back then you could get what was called a commercial driver's license. It wasn't called a CDL. In Texas they had three. They had a commercial. Oh, they had a chauffeur. They had a commercial, a chauffeurs. The chauffeurs was like for bus drivers. But they had the commercial. That was for like truck drivers, and they had the operator's license. And then it all switched over to the CDL when all government controlled. But back then you could do. I took my commercial driver's license test in a pickup, pulling a gooseneck trailer. Got my commercial driver's license. Rode with someone for 2 days, driving part of the time. Never driven an 18-wheeler in my life. And drove a couple of days with wasn't really a trainer. He was just another employee. And I'd say maybe 2 or 3 days. And then they gave me a truck and said, go for it. I was back all in 120, 130,000 pounds, whatever they could get on the trailer. They didn't care back then. Driving an old 1962 International D and some old Macs and all. And like I say, that was in 1980. So then I went to work for the prison system. Worked for them for about 9 months and decided to try a little something different. Went to the Air Force. Wasn't there very long. Long story short, my hearing wasn't good enough. No, it was just high frequency hearing loss. I can't hear like a watch beeping. I can't hear it at all. But other than that, I can hear it just fine. It's these damn glasses that are bothering me. Don't mean to get off subject, but they're okay right now. But like if I look down, it's not as clear. Like once I sit way back, the little bifocal things just totally mess me up. I can't sit on the couch and lean my head back and watch TV because I'll be looking through the bifocals and everything's blurry. And also, as we talked in the last video, they still do glare. I can see the computer glaring in it right now. And the transition, they don't transition. And I paid for both of those. So I'm going back to America's Best. Going to take them back. I'm going to see if I can get just plain Jane pair in my prescription with no bifocals. That way I can wear all the time. And then when I need to read or whatever, I'll use either my old ones that I've had for like 9 years. They really glare. Or I'll use reading glasses. But anyway, totally got off subject on that. Anyway, all right, let's get on to this. What I consider good work habits. And I think you should consider it too. And the first one is, this is also first on Trucker Jim's list, but the first one is, these are not really in any certain order. Now here goes the hiccups. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, I can hear thunder in the distance. We got a cold front fixing to come in. It's probably 80 degrees. I don't know. Let's just see. It is, well, that ain't going to tell me. 79 degrees here in Central Texas at 5 minutes till 5 p.m. on Thursday. Hey Google, what's the date today?
It is Thursday, the 24th of October, 2019.
So 24th. Hey Google, turn louder. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. I had to get the volume turned on because all my friends, they think I'm a little nutty. But here's one thing I like to do with Google. I'm just going to do it because I like to do it. Hey Google, pull my finger.
Excuse me.
Just think that's funny in hell. Anyway, let's get back. I'll quit getting off of it. Good attitude. That's number one on the list. Like I say, they're not in any certain order, but that is one of the most important. Keep a good attitude. Have a good attitude with everything you do. I mean, even if you're in a bad mood, you got to try to get yourself in a habit of being in a good attitude. And your good attitude. I'm gonna get off subject one more time. That's a friend of mine. Check this out. It's a girl that found me on Facebook that was my first girlfriend ever, and I was her first boyfriend ever back when we were like 14 and 15. And we talk a lot during the day now. She lives out of state, but she's a good friend, and she really wants to tell me something. Man alive. But anyway, hi, darling. I know you watch my videos. But anyway, let's get back to this. Good attitude. As you can tell in most of my videos, let me turn this down just a little bit. Anyway, I have normally a good attitude. And I've learned over the years, let me go back to the, Ollie, I'm just jumping around here. But like I say, I worked for the prison system, then I went, Air Force, and I went back to the prison system for 6 years. And then I started back into trucking in 1990, and did that basically through 2007 when they had the big layoffs and whatnot. And anyway, then I went on disability, and now I'm fixing to go back to trucking. But anyway, keep a good attitude because it's going to translate into others. If you're always happy and smiling, it just works so much better for you at shippers, receivers, with your driver manager, dispatcher, whatever you want to call them. Maintain a good attitude and keep a good attitude. You got to learn. If you seem like you have a bad attitude at times, like if you're in a bad mood, you've got to learn to get out of that habit, get into the habit of being in a good attitude. You will like yourself a lot better. I know that. Believe me. After working at the prison for that 6 years, during that time, I also lost my dad, my brother, and right after that, my mother, all within 5 years. And I was mad at the world, mad at God, had a bad attitude. It translated into my marriage. It translated into my life. I actually had some friends say, dude, you're an asshole. And I finally got out of that. Now, I haven't been told that in a long time. And I try not to be. But anyway, always maintain a good attitude. That really went a good ways with me at Six Flags when I worked there. Because I did not this season now, but the last season and the two before that, worked as a steam train engineer on the steam train at Six Flags. Best job I ever had in my life. And that's going to be my goal to go back there. I'm going to plan on working for 10 years or so, as long as, I'm healthy and can still keep up with it. I'm 57 now, as long as I'm still alive, of course. For 10 years is my goal, and, save up, get me a place, and then I'm going to go back and work on that railroad at Six Flags part-time until I die. Okay. Like I say, maintain that good attitude. It will take you a lot farther ways than a bad attitude will. All right, on my list here, I got number 2. Like I say, no specific order. Be on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. If you're real early, hey, man, that'll just work so much better for you when especially you get out there trucking. If you're new to the industry and you want to get out there and do that, you've got to, of course, prepare yourself for what you're fixing to get into. I'll go over that in a minute. But being on time. A lot of places, if you're late, like down at the lobby at the motel for orientation, they'll send you home. Because they figure if you're going to be late for that, you're probably going to be late on loads. But be on time. I cannot hardly remember a load that I've ever been late on that wasn't my fault. You're going to have situations like a blown tire, breakdown, bad weather that are beyond your control, and that goes with a good attitude. Keep a good attitude during those. And so, yeah, you're not going to deliver every load on time, but make it a habit to be on time. And being early is being on time. Okay, number 3. Hello there, Nacho. It's all right. Hang on, let me pause and find out who's here. Oh, it's just my great nephew Andrew. You want to come in here and say hello on YouTube? Come on. That's my great nephew Andrew. Real enthusiastic. Come on, man. You can say something. I guess it can't.
That sucks.
Okay, I'm back. I think I pushed the off button instead of the pause button. Oh, well, there'll be a bunch of little videos. I'll just added them together. But anyway, being on time, like I said, being on time is really, you need to make that a good work habit, because you are going to have a rough time in the trucking industry if you're not on time. Okay, how about number 3 is work a full day. And what I mean by that is that I used to see truckers all the time that'd be just sitting around in the truck stops playing video games, and then next thing you know, they either late on their load or they have to rush to get to their load. No, work a full day, because and make a goal for each day. You know, like if you're on a long run, make a goal. I'm going to get to Davenport, Iowa before I shut down, or whatever. But have goals and make a good goal for the day, and work a full day, and then rest a full rest period. That is very important, especially on the resting, because you've got to be rested to drive these trucks out here on this road. And anyway, okay, be prepared. There are so many things that this covers, being prepared, like making your trip plan. Unless you just running the same route all the time, or you're running a route that you've been on many times, I'd suggest that, unless it's a dedicated route or something like that, make a trip plan every time. Know where you're going to stop for your break. Know where you're going to stop for load checks. Know where you're going to stop to spend the night. You may have to reserve a parking spot, because parking is total hell now. But anyway, do that. Make sure that you are prepared. Have you a notebook? A lot of companies have the own that has already stuff written on it for your jobs, like your load number, trailer number, and all that. Have all that information with you when you go into the shipper. Thank you, Trucker Jim. Because then you'll just embarrass yourself. Oh, I don't remember the trailer number. Then you have to go back out to the truck, get the trailer number, or whatever information you forgot. Write it all down. That should be part of your trip plan. That way, when you go into the customer, whether it's a shipper or the receiver, consignee, what some people call them, you'll have everything right there, and you'll look professional. Okay, and food. I got caught in a blizzard in Colorado without any food. For 2.5 days, I had a half a bag of flaming hot tater chips, and I had to melt snow to have something to drink. And trust me, when you take a 44-ounce insulated cup and you pack it full of snow, first of all, it won't melt. You got to put it under the heater vent. Then when it melts, you got that much water. And when all you got to eat is flaming hot potato chips, I remember one guy on the CB said, "Man, all I had is a jar of peanut butter, some crackers. I'd have damn near killed for that jar of peanut butter." I'll tell you what, make sure you carry some food on your truck, even if it's just some canned food or whatever, beanie weenies, Vienna sausages, sardines if you like them, whatever, crackers, and water, plenty of water, because you never know what's going to happen. Truck breakdown or whatever, you get caught in a storm, you need some food on your truck. PPE, personal protective equipment. Maverick is big on PPE. They have to wear hard hats, which I totally agree with. They have to, the glass haulers have to wear Kevlar sleeves, because that glass will cut you up. Gloves, work boots, steel-toed boots. That's all PPE, personal protective equipment. Make sure that that's part of your being prepared. All right, let's move on. Learn your customer. And there'll be some that you'll be repeating. There'll be some that are not. But they'll always have their phone numbers on there. And as long as it's okay with your, I'm thinking turn that off. As long as it's okay with your driver manager, and all that, which most of them it is, you can call the shippers and the receivers. Find out if you can be early. You dang sure want to let them know. Hang on just a second. Got to take that. Okay, I'm back. I'll tell you what, I hadn't had hardly any messages or a phone call today. But that's okay. Anyway, where was I? On being prepared or learning your customers. It's not going to hurt to call them. Especially if you're going to be early. Find out. Call them and find out if you can park at their facility. That's part of your trip plan. If you don't know. Talk to other drivers that know the customers. There may be a special way to get in there that may be different than what you have. And so learn your customers. Here's one. Don't make bad decisions. Everybody, excuse me. Let me rephrase that, because everybody makes bad decisions at times. Don't make mad decisions. Making decisions while you're mad almost never work out. To tell you, if you're mad about something, you need to find a way to calm yourself down, go back to the good attitude before you make your decisions. And by all means, be clean. Golly, I tell you, not all of them. Not as a matter of fact, most of the truck drivers do stay clean. But I tell you what, I've run into a few before that when they're talking, their breath would stun a mule, or their body odor. Like this one guy was saying, man, I hadn't had a shower in a week, and I'm thinking, why? If I can take one every day, I do. If not, it'll be every other day, and I'll use Dottie wipes in between. But if I have to get a shower every day, there's plenty of time for it, especially now when you got to take a 10-hour break. Keep your truck clean. Keep you a brush. I have a little blow nozzle that hooked to the air from the seat, and I could blow it out and wipe down the dash, and keep it nice and clean. Keep cleaning supplies, your Windex, keep your windows and your mirrors clean. By all instances, stay clean. It just makes for a good work habit. Follow the law. All you Johnny truck drivers out there, I got me a 18 speed with or a triplex with 3 in and all that, and I can go 110 miles an hour and all. Well, whoopty damn do for you. Don't be stupid. Like that driver, I can't remember the name of the company. He worked for a little mom and pop company. Yeah, I guess he didn't have, but they like 5 or 6 employees, maybe a couple of trucks. But he was going 82 miles an hour through a construction zone. High on meth. Hit a construction worker and killed him. He's got a new address for quite a while now. Follow the law, and also, if you do get stopped, which is going to happen from time to time, you'll be stopped by the DOT for an inspection or pulled over in a scale house for an inspection. Go back to the number one, good attitude. If you pass the attitude test and have a good attitude and professional attitude with the officer, that'll take things a long way, I'll guarantee you. You have a bad attitude, and you're going to have a bad experience. Okay. Don't job hop. That is big in the trucking industry. You hear people all the time, well, I'm going to start at Swift or Werner or CR England. I don't know why you'd start at CR England. Got to be the worst company in the world. Or CRST. Hang on just a second. Okay. Got that little problem solved. Okay. Don't job hop. You hear them all the time saying, oh, I'm going to start at Swift, or I'm going to start at Werner, or Snyder, and then once I get my experience, I'm going to go to a better job. Well, not a smart idea, really. You see it all the time. But don't be one of those that job hops. It doesn't look good on a resume. Some trucking companies don't care, some do. The really good ones, damn sure will care. And I'm not saying that if you work for a year for someone and then you find something that's way better, don't take it. Of course you would. But don't job hop from company to company because you think the grass is greener on the other side. It may be, but it could also have stickers in it. And another thing is like, if you go through CDL school, like if it's like through Maverick, you're going to sign a 12-month promissory note. They're not going to take any money out of it. Excuse me, anyway, they're not going to take any money out of your check, but you sign a promissory note. As long as you stay with them for 12 months, then all is forgiven. Hang on. Okay. And like with Swift, they take $34 if you go through their CDL school, both of them and all that. The CDL school is about $6,000, but Swift will like take $34 after you get your truck. They'll take done with your trainer and all. They'll take $34 a week out for every week you work, and then once you've done that for 13 months, they consider the note paid. And then the next 13 months, they pay you $34 a week back, which means your CDL school will cost you nothing. After you've been there 2 years, you got 2 years of seniority. Your pay is going to be higher, unless it's just a really, really good job. Why would you leave and go and start over in seniority again? Doesn't make sense to me. So try not to job hop. And don't run away from crappy loads. Now, if that's all you're getting, you need to have a talk with your driver manager or fire your driver manager, get another one and all that. But don't run away from crappy loads. Those driver managers are trying to get these loads, and dispatchers, whatever you want to call them, they're trying to get these loads out. And they're going to need, sometime from time to time, you're going to run a 100-mile load or local load in town. But I tell you what, it'll go a long ways with getting you good loads later on. Unless it's just happening a bunch, then you got to have a talk with them or fire your driver manager, whatever you have to do. A perfect example of that was my wife and I were teaming for Covenant Transport. And we got into the yard there in Pomona, California, outside of Los Angeles. And we're walking into the terminal as we just got there, and there's drivers walking back out saying, "Hey, don't go in there, don't get in there. They're looking for locals. They're looking for local deliveries." Well, I'd turn in paperwork anyway, and I wasn't scared of local deliveries. So, and local deliveries paid the driver, each driver, $50. Well, we were married, so that's $100 to us for each load. We did 3 local loads in about 6 or 7 hours, and so we made $300. Is that great money? No. Is it bad money? No. But it was more money than we made if other guys. And those same people that were saying, "Hey, they're doing it," were sitting in the terminal griping about not making enough money on their paycheck. And then that dispatcher gave us a load to Maine, from California to Maine. I don't remember how many miles that is, but it's a bunch. So, don't run from the crappy loads, because doing them can pay off for you in the long run. Well, I'm going to cut this video off. That's a lot, not all, but a lot of my ideas for good work habits. Once again, thank you, Trucker Jim, for some ideas on that. Check his channel out, Trucker Jim. And don't forget to thank your law enforcement, your military. Move over for any vehicles that are on the side of the road. So slow down. Let's give those people a break. Keep the rubber side down, the shiny side up. And we'll see you in the next video. God bless America.